Butter is a staple in our home and found in most of the recipes that we make. Homemade butter is not only delicious, but it's very simple to make and quick if you use a good food processor or blender. And I'm going to be showing you how to make that along with whipped cream and buttermilk. After the scare starting in 2020 with shortages in basic and necessary necessities such as food and even toilet paper, our family, like most, were not as prepared as we could have been, and I don't want to make that mistake twice. We don't know what 2024 will hold and are not to be fearful, but at the same time, we should use wisdom to plan and prepare ahead to secure our family's basic needs, which is what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do today in this video and videos to come. It is my goal, and I feel it is my duty as a homemaker to ensure my family has enough food to last us a year. So first you want to start off with getting a blender or a food processor. This one I got for my birthday a few months ago, and I did a lot of research just like I do with all of my purchases, and I found that the Ninja food processor is absolutely excellent, and it truly is. I can tell you that after using it so many times for so many different things. So you'll first want to start off with some heavy whipping cream of your choice. I like to use the Horizon Organic, but use whatever you have and whatever is available. I have 4.5 cups here of what I'm going to be making. That's all I have left, and you're going to see how it expands as it turns into whipped cream, and then it kind of condenses down as it turns into butter, which I'm going to be showing you that. For the feature I'm going to be using that I'm going to be running it on is on low. And for this Ninja food processor, it has the low, the medium, the high. For those options, it runs in 30-second intervals, which I'm going to be showing you each step within 30 seconds and how it looks as it turns into butter. It also has different features that it has as well. It has the chopping, the puree, the dough, and the disc. Those options, it has an auto IQ, so this way it goes until it detects that the food is done chopping or whatever feature that you're using it for, that it is done and complete, and then it'll stop. I have seen with some food processors that it can take up to like 35 minutes to make butter, but with Ninja, I timed it and it only takes 14 minutes, which is absolutely excellent. And as you saw right there, that is only within 60-second interval, and now this is within 90-second interval. So I'm not going to be making a whole year's worth of butter right now, or probably ever, but what I do plan on doing to help our family save money is to make at least 6 months worth of butter, and then also buying 6 months worth of butter. So this way I can cut the cost down in half, and that's just what I'm planning to do. I could make more months worth of butter myself. I'm not too sure, but that's just what I'm thinking I'm going to probably do. And as you saw, the whipped cream has already formed. Now this one is a bit of a stiffer whipped cream. So if you're wanting whipped cream, at this stage is where you would stop, and you would have already added a little bit of your powdered sugar right before it turned into the whipping cream. Now we are almost down to the butter stage, and we are very close. So as you see, it is starting to turn, starting to get really thick, and you will start to see that it's going to start turning into liquid. Once it turns into liquid is when you will want to stop. My food processor, it'll stop on its own at that 30-second interval, and I won't press it again to go any further. Once I see the liquid is when I stop, and it is ready for me to go ahead and prepare my butter. And the butter is now made. Now look at all this delicious butter and buttermilk. Buttermilk is great for using for a lot of different recipes, and at this point is when you will want to gather a big bowl. I didn't gather a bowl this time for whatever reason. I just grabbed what was closest to me and next to me, but you'll want to get a bowl if you're wanting to collect your buttermilk, and also a food strainer. This way you can collect all the butter into the strainer, and only the buttermilk will go through the strainer, and you can collect your buttermilk. Now, just because you know how to make butter doesn't mean that you have to do it all the time and you can't buy butter anymore. By all means, you can still buy butter, but it is a really great thing for you to be able to learn another skill that you can have in your toolbox of skills. And if there ever is a shortage on things like butter, or let's say you are in the middle of cooking and you don't have any butter, you run out, but you have some heavy whipping cream, then you have everything that you need to make some butter. And one thing I think we can all agree on is if there is ever a food shortage or a food scare, the first things that would be purchased and bought out would be butter as opposed to having whipping cream. So if that were ever to happen, which we don't know if it ever would, but let's just say if it ever does, this way you will be prepared, you'll know how to make it, and knowing how to do different things like this and learning how to cook more homemade and from scratch, it'll make things a lot more easier, as people mainly tend to lean on things that are already made and prepared, and this way you will know how to do it homemade for your family and have the ability to do this. So as you saw, the 4.5 cups of heavy whipping cream turned into not only the butter, but it also results in 2 cups of buttermilk. Now at this point, we're gonna want to wash our butter. If you have really cold water, it needs to be really cold water, like ice cold, then that's perfect. As for me, I do not, so I'm getting a little ice bath going with our reverse osmosis purified water and some ice cubes and just getting that all nice and cold. If it's not cold enough, which I have made this mistake in the past, is it'll get really soft and it'll just really be melting within your hands. You don't want that. If it is cold enough, then the butter will stay nice and firm and you're able to really wash it out. Now, washing is just mainly consisting of squeezing it and making sure that you are squeezing out all the buttermilk. And that's why before you even start the washing, you want to squeeze out as much of the buttermilk as you can, not only to collect it for yourself to have buttermilk, but also to make the washing process a lot easier. So you just squeeze and squeeze and it gets all the buttermilk on out, and you'll want to do this process, repeat the process about 2-3 times until the water is nice and clear. So after washing it once, I'm going to go ahead and drain out the water, refill the water, and make a little bit more of an ice bath so I can wash and repeat it once again, and make sure that it is very nice and thoroughly washed. If it's not washed properly and there's still a lot of buttermilk left within it, your butter won't last as long. So you're wanting to really wash that butter out, all the buttermilk out of the butter, I should say, to make sure that your butter will last the most amount of time that it is possibly able to before it goes bad. As for the information online as to how long butter lasts, some say anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks in the refrigerator, and some say up to 6 weeks and up to 9 months in the freezer. So just do your research online. I say just make sure that the butter looks nice and not bad and doesn't smell bad, and your butter should be just fine if you go by these amounts of time. Now, if you have some stray butter that falls, just kind of collect it, put it back in your butter ball, and just repeat the process and washing it. I'm going to wash it a third and last final time, and this should be good enough. Now, making butter, I wouldn't say it takes like a lot of work. It does take some work and effort to put into it. It is a little bit time consuming, but you can get it done pretty fairly quickly. The food processor does the majority of the work, and with a good food processor like the Ninja, which I am so glad that I have because I use it for so many things, but with a good food processor or even with a good blender, it can be done a lot quicker. Like with my Ninja, it is done within only 14 minutes, so I don't have to sit there and wait like with a majority of the food processors that I have seen on YouTube, that it takes about like 35 minutes just to make it in the food processor, which kind of just takes up a whole lot of time, more than necessary, I feel. But of course you use what you have. But if you are in the market to get a new food processor or blender, but in this case a food processor, I definitely would go with the Ninja. I also have a Ninja blender, and they both just work absolutely excellent for everything that I'm needing it for. I haven't tried doing it in my Ninja blender, mainly because I have the food processor, but I know if that's what I had, that my Ninja would do a nice job as well in my blender. Now, if you are wanting unsalted butter, then you would stop right here. You wouldn't add any salt in it. But if you're wanting to store it and put it away and have it last for, a bit of longer time, then you will want to add some salt. I'm not a really big fan in salted butter, so I don't end up putting a whole lot. I did get a teaspoon out, but I ended up only putting like 1/4 of the teaspoon of the pink Himalayan sea salt. It's the fine sea salt, and I am just going to work it on into the butter and just kind of turn it and roll it, kind of like kneading dough. So this way you have the salt through and through, nice and evenly incorporated into the butter. So I got these butter molds on Amazon and they are really nice. I really like them. Some of the comments I saw on it were not so great, not so positive, and I'm not sure why. These are really good butter molds. They're very nice and sturdy. They're not all floppy and flimsy. They are nice and sturdy and have worked very well for what I have been needing them for. People also use them for to also make oil, to store oil in the freezer as well, to make oil cubes. But for me, I'm using them here for butter, as you see, and I just absolutely love it. I squeeze it out, the butter, one last squeeze to make sure you get any water that is left over out of it, and then I just put it on into the butter mold and smooth it on out. I haven't seen anybody really make nice butter that comes out absolutely super perfect unless they are professional. Don't come out looking absolutely perfect, but that is not a problem. I mean, they come out still delicious. The flavor of actual homemade butter is just really good. You have to try it yourself. If this is something you don't want to do on a regular basis, that's fine, but try it out, try it for yourself so you can at least say, I know how to do it, I feel comfortable with doing it, and if I ever need to do it, I most definitely certainly can. Being that I got this on Amazon, if you are interested, I will link this down in the description along with the food processor and even my Ninja blender, and I will just link that on down there if you are interested to look at them or even looking to get one. I can go ahead and put that down in the description for you. The 4.5 cups of heavy whipping cream comes out to make 3.5 sticks of butter, and I did end up going ahead and making another 4.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. So this way I could go ahead and make all 8 of the sticks of butter and store those away so I can freeze them and get them all ready and prepared to go. It also ended up making a little bowl of butter as well that I gave to my mom. Cute little ball of butter, and I gave that to her. So butter is not only good to make for yourself, it also makes a really nice gift. Another reason why I like these butter molds is that they come with lids, so this way you can use your vertical space in your freezer and it doesn't take up a whole lot of room. So I go ahead and shut the lids, seal them up, and put it on in the freezer. And as you see, now I have a total of 4 cups of buttermilk, and so I have lots of buttermilk, I have lots of butter, and I am just so happy about that, as it is very satisfying to be able to make your own homemade butter. So after popping that into the freezer, I went ahead and I left it overnight as I got busy, and that's okay. So the next day I come and I pop them on out of the butter molds, which is really easy to do. They pop on out nice and perfect, and of course, like I said, they're not perfectly physically perfect, but they are very good, very delicious, and they are excellent for all kinds of recipes. Anything you need butter for, they are great. So after I pop them on out, then I go ahead and put them in freezer Ziploc baggies, and I just go ahead and keep them and store them in the freezer. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I am trying to be proactive for this year to be able to store up to a year's worth of food, which isn't the most easiest to do if you don't know how to start, but I have been researching and learning how to do that, and there is certain foods that store very well, which I'm going to be showing you and sharing with you guys in future videos and how to go about that. Also sharing with you guys tips and tricks as to how to be able to afford to get a bulk amount of food and being able to accomplish that, which is very doable. So I'm going to be sharing that with you guys in the future video. Make sure that you stay tuned and subscribe. Thank you so much, and God bless.